September is iPhone season. This year, reports claim we'll see iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air, iPhone 17 Pro, and iPhone 17 Pro Max. Rumors have been flowing rapidly this year about the forthcoming models. With numerous pro-level features coming down and redesigns in the works, it's going to be an intriguing cycle. Of all we've heard, these are the rumors have been most persuasive. This new adjustment may finally put a stop to the continual feedback Apple faces every year. The lowest model phones will no longer be capped at 60 Hz. Apple will be bringing ProMotion to all iPhone 17 models, with the ability to modify the refresh rate on the fly up to 120 Hz. The remarks come every time we talk about or review base models. Many are angry that a phone would ship with 60 Hz in these times. We've long stated your ordinary user does not care about this. They don't know their refresh rate, let alone get steamed up at how low it is. We still stand by that sentiment. But what this does is allow individuals who do care about this to get on a more affordable device, and that's surely a win. Apple is finally getting around to upgrading that third camera on iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, completing the trio of shooters. All three rear-facing cameras will be 48 megapixels. Right now, only the ultra-wide and wide lenses are 48 megapixels, while the TAL lens is 12 megapixels. This implies not only will we get higher quality zoom images, but we could get more digital zoom at the same time. You'll be able to crop in and still have a usable image. It's not going to be 100x zoom that exists on some Android devices, but this will be more practical and boost the look of all telephoto images. One of the major ways Apple will push upgrades is with a brand new gadget, speculatively titled the iPhone 17 Air. This phone will replace the previous Plus model, as it's the lowest performing model of the range with apparently only 8% of iPhone 16 sales. Apple will seek to lure people with a more inexpensive pricing point than the Pro Pair in a new super slim form. Recently, Samsung debuted its prototype Galaxy S25 Edge. While not official, it seems to be around 5.8mm thick. There's been plenty of conjecture on how thick the iPhone 17 Air would be, but the latest claim Apple may be eyeing a thickness of 5.5mm. Comparably, the iPhone 16 Pro is 8.25mm. 5.5mm would chop off before everyone assumes Bendgate 2.0 is imminent. Apple checks these things. It knows what people are saying and will be amply prepared. Short, it will be guaranteed to bend with enough power, but the new shape and middle-of-the-road price tag will definitely make it immensely popular. Before you skip past the new cooling system, hear us out. It's considerably more vital than its bland name implies. It's no secret that iPhones become incredibly warm, which influences everything from performance to battery life. Apple finally got serious about this with the iPhone 16 series, which actually stay cooler than previous versions. But the iPhone 17 will go even further with a vapor cooling chamber. These are liquid-filled bricks inside the gadget that substitute a typical heatsink. When heated, the liquid evaporates and flows throughout the chamber as vapor, dispersing the heat around. That vapor condenses down to a colder liquid, which returns to a wick structure to be heated again at the source. If your phone runs cooler, it will charge faster, battery will last longer, it will keep greater sustained performance, and high-end games will maintaining better performance and higher frame rates. A new thermal system doesn't sound like something pleasant, but holy smokes, does it have a lot of ramifications in use. Speaking of performance, we'll also have Apple's latest silicon, the A19 and A19 Pro. By the sounds of it, the iPhone 17 and 17 Air will employ the A19, while the A19 Pro will be yet again reserved for the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max. Early on, it thought the A19 chips would rely on a new 2nm technology, but yields aren't up to par yet, suggesting it may not yet be feasible for Apple to employ. Even if Apple doesn't transition to 2nm in 2025, the new chips are always one of the reasons to upgrade. They encompass so many key aspects of the phone, from the Thunderbolt controller for the Pro phones, to the Neural Engine for Apple Intelligence, to the ISP for photo quality. It includes the RAM too, which will increase to 12 gigs on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, keeping with 8 gigs for the others. Rest confident, Apple will make a big fuss about the enhanced performance of the full iPhone 17 family. If you have an older phone, speedier may be what you're searching for. Backtracking, we need to explore that new universal ProMotion display. Everyone talks on the greater 120 Hz refresh rate, but as essential is the lower frame rates. This is what enables your phone to save battery life and to even support the always-on display. You'll finally be able to see your battery, widgets, and more while your phone is in its off state, just like the Pro phones. Even better, standby mode will now always be on. Right now, consumers place their phones in standby mode only to have it automatically switch off after a few moments. The only way for it to stay on is for the phone to have an always-on display, and the iPhone 17 and iPhone 17 Air will receive that. Early on, the reported iPhone 17 Air caused us pause. It was planned to have this major overhaul, but would be priced below the Pro phones. We'd be amazed if Apple revived the affordable models without also offering some sort of new design to the Pro phones too. According to Ming-Chi Kuo and the sometimes dependable Majin Buu, Apple may be doing precisely that. The two Pro-level phones will have a new look that has a mostly glass back with a metal camera bump on the top. That camera bulge will also run the full width of the phone rather than be left aligned. This will help visually identify them from prior models and will be the first modification to the back of the iPhone since the iPhone X era. There's been much dispute on how this will look, how the cameras will be angled, but the rumor seems to be taking on as we inch towards release. Finally, Apple is also finally ready to enhance the front-facing camera on all four models. Apple used to employ a 7 megapixels camera until the iPhone 11 when it finally shifted to a 12 megapixels sensor. But that was the final significant improvement. Now they will all supposedly have 24 megapixel sensors, increasing the resolution. Selfies are really crucial for users. We have numerous treasured images ourselves of our partners and kids that, although heartwarming, are technically lossy photos. They always suffer in low light, and 12 megapixels isn't much when the other cameras are all going to be at 48 megapixels. We also admire how this won't be gate kept behind the Pro models. We're going to have vapor cooling, marketing, A19 chip, improved front-facing camera, and an always-on display for the non-Pro phones. That is going to make them a lot more compelling to users. While many will still be enthusiastic about the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Air, the combination of all these Pro capabilities with the iPhone 17 Air, we may see more people upgrade than normal for the lower-cost smartphones. Rumor has claimed all models of the iPhone 17 will sport a 120 Hz display, bringing the non-Pro models up from their current 60 Hz refresh rate. That could be a welcome improvement, as the discrepancy between the Pro and non-Pro refresh rate is startling. When Apple launched the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus with the 60 Hz display, there was a bit of an outcry from individuals who expected more in 2024. This anticipated upgrade could address that, and possibly bring the always-on display to the standard device. While rumor had it the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Air and iPhone 17 Pro would all have an aluminum design, Pooh suggests the iPhone 17 Pro Max will have a titanium frame. Additionally, the iPhone 17 Pro Max could have a narrower dynamic island, thanks to a smaller Face ID sensor. Dynamic island on other iPhone 17 models would supposedly retain the same size, Pooh claims. It sounds like iPhone 17 series won't get TSMC next-generation 2nm chips, but we are expecting a 19-chip technology that's likely based on an enhanced 3nm process. Apple regularly improves iPhones with faster and more efficient chip technologies each year. The iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max are believed to contain an A19 Pro chip, while the iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Thin could have the ordinary A19 chip. TSMC is working on its N3P process, with mass production slated to commence in late 2024, so that's the chip technology that we're assuming Apple will employ for the iPhone 17 series. Compared to earlier versions of 3nm chips, the N3P chips offer increased performance efficiency and increased transistor density. Apple will remove the physical SIM card on iPhones in more countries next year, though it is not yet known which nations. Apple did away with the SIM card slot in the United States with the iPhone 14 models, but a physical SIM has so far been present on iPhones sold outside of the United States. The iPhone 17 Air is believed to lack a SIM tray entirely due of how thin it is. The iPhone 17 models are rumored to contain an Apple-designed Bluetooth and Wi-Fi 7 processor that will replace components from Broadcom. The combined Bluetooth and Wi-Fi processor is separate from the 5G chip that Apple planned to use for the iPhone 17 Air. Apple is seeking to create a wireless arrangement where the components are tightly integrated and more energy efficient, which will help the company cut down on the battery use of cellular, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth technologies. Stay tuned to find out how things come together. So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.